Yeah, hi there. These comments are for AA, and this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons, and I'm taking a look right now at your outline for the integrated writing practice test number 1. So, in the beginning, you say reading topic is that businesses want to succeed, arranging meetings, encouraging employees, and bypassing the stages of the writing process. But the listening section is about limit the number of meetings. I think you're missing the most important points, I think, from the reading and the lecture. The reading is attending all meetings, reading all required materials, and then bypassing the stages of the writing process. You have encouraging employees as the second point. That's not really what that second point of the reading is about. You say in the listening, it's about limiting the number of meetings. I don't think that's the whole point. If you put that in the beginning, in your introduction, you want to say the listening passage disagrees with each of the points mentioned in the reading passage. That's how you would frame the beginning. Let's go to your next paragraph. Your first paragraph, reading is attend all company meetings. Yes, it is. Now, what I would do is, in that first paragraph, I would also include the first counterpoint to the listening, which is to limit the number of meetings you attend. I think that would be important. So I would make that one change with that first paragraph. Okay, your second paragraph is having necessary meetings. I think the second paragraph is you have reading having necessary meetings. I think you want to say here is all employees should read all reading materials for their training, right? And then you have as your points, focus on the main and minor details reading materials. Now, with the listening, let me see if you put it in here. You have do not read the full text. It is, but I would put that idea in the outline right with that second paragraph. So right when you discuss the main point of the reading, counterpoint, the main point 1, 2, which is to read all materials, right after that in that same paragraph you would say the speaker disagrees and says that it's not necessary to read all materials. That's what I would say there. All right, let's look at your third paragraph. So you say, write the perfect document. So I would say not really writing the perfect document, but I think the main point here is to bypass or to not follow all the steps of the writing process that writers used in college. I think that would be the main point of the reading. And then, of course, the listening kind of disagrees with that and says that a writer should follow all the steps in order to write a good document, to write it quickly. Okay, so unfortunately, your outline I don't think works very well. I'll be honest with you. You have two ways to organize this type of writing. You tried to do what's called the chunking. The chunking means that you include in the second paragraph, you include reading point 1, reading point 2, reading point 3. You include all the 3 main reading points, arguments in that second paragraph. Then when you get to the third paragraph, then you include the lecture counterpoint 1, lecture counterpoint 2, lecture counterpoint 3, and then you have your conclusion. You tried to do that, but it didn't work very well. Now the alternative is what's called a sequencing type organization. That means in the second paragraph, AA, you use the reading point 1 and the listening counterpoint 1. That's your second paragraph. Then you go to the third paragraph, you have the reading point 2 and the listening counterpoint 2. And then in your fourth paragraph, you have the reading point 3 along with the listening counterpoint 3. And then, of course, you have your conclusion after that. So I think that you should probably follow that organization. That's going to be a little easier for you to handle at this stage of your writing process. Now also you will see I put a sample essay of a student who completed this particular practice test last week. You can see how she organizes her ideas, and she decided to use what's called the sequencing organization, where she puts, I think, the listening and the reading point together in the same paragraph, then moves on to the next idea, includes the second reading and the second listening counterpoint in that paragraph, and then so on. So that should give you some ideas on how you can organize this type of writing. So based on your outline, I'm going to be honest with you, it's a mess. Your outline's not going to work very well. It's not going to help you really coherently write, I think, a nicely organized and complete response, I think, to the assignment. So your score here, let's take a look at the rubrics. I'm going to put you at 2.0 out of 5, or 17 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. All right?